Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 3 in this series between ZhouXiXi versus Th000. ZhouXiXi spawning as the red Night Elf player over here on the top left hand side of Twisted Meadows. Meanwhile, we have Th000 spawning as the purple human. Now, the games have really been going in favor of Th000 as of late. Th000 currently with a 2-0 lead. And I am curious as to how exactly Th000 has gotten into such a strong position. Now, as the game does roll on, we'll go ahead and recap some of that, but right now let's look at what strategies these players are implementing. Th000 opening up with a rather fast Altar of Kings. He is speed building it, so it is going to be completed about the 45-second mark. There it is, giving him about 15 seconds extra to try and do some militia creeping. He didn't really need to do it. However, he wanted to make sure that if his opponent had spawned at the 8 o'clock position, he still had plenty of time. Looking back at the 8 o'clock or at the 10 o'clock position where ZhouXiXi is, ZhouXiXi opted this time to not go for a tavern hero, instead going for the traditional demon hunter in this matchup. And a traditional demon hunter may be what is really missing overall. Game 1 was a Warden, Game 2 was a Dark Ranger, Game 3 is now that Demon Hunter who is generally a very strong effective hero, dealing a lot of damage while not really needing much mana. Let's go ahead and wait for that Archmage to pop on out. There goes the Militia. There is 6 Militia already being added. Water Elemental going to be making its way down as the Archmage gets in position to clear out this Rock Golem creep camp. Now, Rock Golem creep camp is rather easy to clear out in the game. You can see that the Militia are already making their way over. It looks as though one of the Militia may be forced to back off though, as the Rock Golem has taken a lot of damage. Now, this one poor Water Elemental does get ensnared, so that means he's not actually going to be attacked, which is an unfortunate thing for Th000. Th000 wanted the Water Elemental to be tanking most of the damage, but that is definitely not the case now, as we see +1 armor to all the units in this army. That +1 armor is essentially, I believe, an effective 6% more hit points, as we now see a scout farm being placed down. What does that scout farm really mean? Well, that scout farm means that any sort of shadow meld or nightfall hiding play is not really going to work. He doesn't even need to spend a backpack slot on Dust of Appearance, and he will still be able to clear them out. Meanwhile, back over here, Archmage doing a good job clearing out the Null Brood creep camp here, and we may see a second wave of Militia being called over to try and clear out the bottom left-hand side of the map. Is that what we're seeing? Yes, we are, I believe. Or perhaps you're trying to go after this creep camp here. Not 100% sure. No, the Militia are going to be going down to the bottom left-hand side of the map, and the Archmage is just pulling away, making it look like, hey, I just saw you, and now I'm going to back off. Where are the rest of the Militia? No, the Militia decided to really just go back to work after picking up their arms, and I don't know what the long-term plan is. Hunter's Hall now being placed at the 12 o'clock location. We may see mass Huntresses again as the Demon Hunter comes in for a mana burn. Mana burn very effective at preventing that Huntress from, or preventing those water elementals from countering those Huntresses. You can see pretty much that Demon Hunter is running around in circles hoping to take down that Archmage, but that Archmage is rather slippery. With that additional +1 armor, that Archmage is down to 66 hit points, and now I'm going to be able to give chase and run all the way back once more. I don't believe the Footman will be able to continue that chase, as the Archmage now down to about 80 hit points and has to be extremely careful. Demon Hunter sitting at level 2 now needs to figure out how he's going to get back up to full hit points, as we're looking at the Footman trying to do a little bit of a bout here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Here is a whole bunch of Militia in position. There is the Water Elemental as well as the Demon Hunter has come in. However, I do not see the Archmage. Where is that Archmage? What can be done as the Demon Hunter gonna get in some easy kills? So far, the Demon Hunter now trying to run along the back over here. Looks like he's going to try to pick up some of those items, maybe even a Tome of Agility, going up against some footmen. And the footmen, he can actually go toe-to-toe with and actually try and win out. All right, Demon Hunter now tries to come back over. Archmage is extremely fast, able to get away. No water elementals to be cast as of yet, as the Demon Hunter wants to get in position to try and take down that Ogre Magi. Archmage now sitting at level 3. Is he going to be able to pick up the item? Yes, he will be able to pick up the item. It is a second Boots of Speed. And ZhouXiXi definitely would have wanted that boot of speed there, as the Demon Hunter now down to 40 hit points, gets off a mana burn, and then heads back home. So far, that Demon Hunter heads back home. What is going to be the next bit of play here? The Demon Hunter now wandering around once again. Ancient of War, you can see Huntresses are being trained up. One Huntress being trained up off over here, another Huntress being trained up over here. That does mean double Huntress production off of 2 separate Ancients of War. And this is what really gave ZhouXiXi a run for his money in Game 1. Now, as long as ZhouXiXi doesn't make any big mistakes, he should be able to implement that strategy again. The problem will be that there are now water elementals to deal with. Level 2 water elementals deal a lot of damage to those poor Huntresses, and the range on a level 2 water elemental, I believe, is slightly greater than the range on a Huntress. So if the Huntress can attack, that means the water elemental can attack back. Abolish Magic tries to finish off this one unit there. Is it going to finish off this one poor water elemental? It looks like that water elemental could get taken down pretty easily. Not quite sure why. There it goes. Finally, but the Huntresses, instead of going after perhaps the higher priority targets, the Archmage, or perhaps the water elemental, going after some of the other units here. Demon Hunter now going after that Archmage. Archmage able to slip through just a large enough crack in the opening, as the Archmage now gets to level 4, bringing in level 2 Brilliance Aura. And that level 2 Brilliance Aura means that there are going to be plenty of water elementals all game, and these Huntresses are no longer truly a viable option. What do you do when you're behind? Well, you build towers. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. These Ancient Protectors being built directly off to the north. They are mobile, stationary defense, so to speak. And it looks like that water elemental will get taken down. So far, the Demon Hunter, though, needs to try and finish off that water elemental. It looks like it will get taken down without a problem. Level 3 on the Demon Hunter now with level 2 mana burn, and that could be a bit of a play. Now, water elemental still being added. You can see that piercing damage just adding up so quickly over time. No additional moon wells outside the base, though, so the Demon Hunter is not going to have a way to heal up many of the remaining Huntresses. All right, let's go after a farm here, and it looks as though the Ancient Protector 1 is going to be done, and 45 to 54 damage. That is a large amount of damage indeed, as another Archmage, or the Archmage, gets mana burned once more. Those I guess giant boulders are just dealing so much damage to these units, as the units are now trying to back off again. Are the water elementals going to be able to get back in time? It looks like they will be able to, and this is going to force the Demon Hunter to do a bit of retreating. Now, I'm surprised that ZhouXiXi is actually moving forward with all the Ancient Protectors at the same time. This is something that you normally want to try and stagger, so that you always have one, if not two, of these Ancient Protectors constantly attacking. If you have these Ancient Protectors dealing at 45 to 54 damage, unchallenged pretty much, that really does add up. The Huntress is now turning back around here. One guard tower down over here. It's going to now make its way back off to the north, as the Archmage and the Water Elementals still going toe-to-toe. Two Ancient Protectors now making their way forward. No Moonwells in the composition, so no real way to heal up the rest of the units here, as the Demon Hunter and the Huntresses are still looking to fight through. All right, let's take a look back here. The Huntress is now pulling back. The Ancient Protector is now getting in position. ZhouXiXi is feeling very confident, but if any of these Huntresses or Ancient Protectors are taken out without really being challenged, then I believe Th000 is going to have it. Let's take a look. One Water Elemental gets taken down. The Demon Hunter is still sitting at level 3. Footmen do have Defend. Plenty of time to detect that, as the Militia now mounting up a very strong counterattack once more. There goes one Huntress. There goes another. There goes an Ancient Protector. And ZhouXiXi, who was holding on to holding on to this aggression early on is now just absolutely falling apart. Only a handful of towers left. Huntresses seem to be in full retreat as the Demon Hunter now needs to consider the next steps. Alright, Footman now trying to come in to engage. There goes one, there goes another. We are still continuing this fight here. Water Elemental gonna get taken down. There it goes, another one, and now the Huntresses are once again just absolutely low, and if they do not get anything really for them, that's gonna be another bad sign. Level 4 or level 5 now on that Archmage, level 3 on the Demon Hunter. So level 5 to level 3, this Archmage is looking absolutely strong here, and now just gonna run around the corner as it tries and gets away. The Demon Hunter does have the same movement speed, but there is a Staff of Teleportation, there's a Mana Burn, and all of a sudden, there is the third GG, ZhouXiXi unable to take a game off of Th000. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you guys enjoyed it.